the biggest tech rivalries of all time. Hey guys, we welcome you all once again to our channel TechZone. Technology is rising with the increase in rivalries between the brands. Every brand is in competition with another one to showcase its product better and the best. Here we have some of the biggest tech rivalries ever. Apple versus Samsung, the biggest tech rivalries of all time. While there are a variety of cell phones, the most common question is Galaxy or iPhone. Samsung has been a leading flagship maker for years, leading the discussion between Android and iOS between the S and Note series and the iPhone without delay. Android has a variety of OEMs. The two groups have filed various patent lawsuits and counterclaims in court over the years, thanks to a dozen patent proceedings. Apple has announced that several older Samsung devices have been banned in the United States due to patent infringement. It's worth mentioning that Samsung is the iPhone X's only OLED panel supplier and has previously worked with multiple companies on similar projects. However, the two did not stop the far larger proceedings, the only one that raised more than $1 billion against Samsung and saved over $400 million. In May, the case was brought back to court to determine how to compute the damages. The reality is that each group has developed the world's most famous smartphones throughout the previous several years. Samsung used to focus on revenue, whereas Apple used to focus on profit margins. Apple versus Microsoft. One of the most famous historical rivalries is PC versus Mac, Windows 10 and Mac OS, iPhone and Windows Mobile. Everyone knows who got them there, and now iPad Pro and Surface Pro have all arrived over time. The Microsoft software application for the Apple II was replaced, followed by Microsoft's MS-DOS, and finally the IBM 1981 PC layout. However, since Apple released the Macintosh in 1984, Microsoft has been a competitor to businesses that use Windows, an operating system with similar layout features to the Macintosh. There was 90% of the PC market and term management inside that category when Microsoft added Windows 95. Gates walked into Apple in August 1997 and stored the company, which was on the edge of bankruptcy at the moment. Apple was still a long way from reclaiming its PC market dominance. Still, employers made a dramatic comeback in the 2000s when they returned to work and dominated the mobile phone revolution. When Microsoft acquired Apple, it moved closer to the larger of the two groups. The scenario has now turned around. Apple has around $880 billion market value, while Microsoft has a $640 billion market capitalization. Intel versus AMD. In the realm of CPUs, Intel and AMD are fierce rivals. AMD and Intel have both been around for a long time. In 1974, Intel released the 8080 CPU. This set the groundwork for x86 CPUs, which have been the mainstay of computer devices for 3 decades. To begin with, AMD is the smaller of the two groupings. Second, AMD does not create personal chips. Instead, it layouts them and outsources manufacturing. Intel has approximately 12 manufacturing plants worldwide, including Ireland, Israel, the United States, and China. When AMD bought Graphics Processing Unit (GPU) maker ATI in 2006, the competition increased even further. AMD was able to deliver a GPU that stays on the same chip as the CPU due to this. Intel had already done this with processors, but it was a significant step forward for AMD. AMD has also launched a lawsuit against Intel, stating that Intel made an unreasonable objection by offering a discount to Japanese PC manufacturers. As part of a settlement to settle a massive legal dispute between the two companies, Intel has agreed to pay AMD's whopping $1.25 billion. Google versus Apple. Google's Android operating system has reawakened Jobs' rage. Jobs claimed it was an immediate rip-off of Apple's iOS platform. Android is a product stolen from Apple's $40 billion it banks to fix this theft, Jobs told his Oxen. Therefore, we're going to trash it. Every gadget had the Google search engine, Google Maps, and YouTube. However, With Google's acquisition of cellular company Android, incorporated a few years back, the groundwork for the corporate competition was laid. In an attempt to beat Google, Apple has begun protesting Android OEMs, such as HTC and Motorola. As Android became more prevalent in the area, the conflict waned. It became evident that Apple needed to compete with Google in various other areas, such as data, Facebook versus Snapchat. The proportions of people have shifted dramatically. They offer not only news but also their personal experiences. Snapchat, the photo and video messaging app, is well known for its innovative business model. Snapchat was transformed into a $3 billion offer via Facebook in 2013 due to its fantastic ad placement and various creative features. Snap Incorporated, which is currently worth $25 billion and offers cutting-edge electronic eyewear, is one of the most valuable companies in the world. There is a company that goes by the name of. Facebook has already gotten some negative press for blatantly duplicating Snapchat's testimony feature and bringing it to Instagram and WhatsApp media status. However, the exposure is just temporary. Users are so enthusiastic about Facebook that they can't stop using it. The emergence of Instagram testimony has pushed Facebook to the sidelines and slowed the growth of Snapchat. After losing $2.2 billion in its first public revenue, Snap's inventories dropped. It is $18 near today's purchase and sales price, which is 20% greater than the $23 asked before yesterday's profit. As the user base of Instagram and WhatsApp expands, Facebook remains stable. So, these were some of the oldest and popular rivalries among brands ever. Let us know your views in the comments below.